And welcome back to another episode of RedHawk Rewind. I'm Tim Carey.
And I'm Dave Meyer. Tim, how's it going?
It's going great.
Tim, I have a lot we want to talk about, but the first one is, I don't know if everybody knows, we have a lot of loyal fans out there, but Tim has a super fan.
I do. Am I supposed to tell the story? Like
you know what?
Celebrity fan encounter, or do you
So-
want to tell it from your perspective?
Let's go from my angle. So, Friday night, we were at the local high school football game, and we're standing in line to get into the game. Well, my parents came to watch the game because my daughter, she's in the band. She does what's the flag thing?
I have a story about the
Yeah.
band, but
Okay.
go ahead.
What's the flag thing called?
Color guard.
Color guard, yes. Yeah, my daughter does the color guard. And so my parents came to watch her perform. And while we're in line, you see this giant head, about 6 or 8 people in front of me. And I don't know if you all know. Tim, how tall are you?
It's like 6'2".
Okay, so
Are you saying that the head is like disproportionately sized
Well,
on top of that?
yes.
Though, right?
So 6'2" and a giant head. And my mom is like 8 people back, and she's like, That's the guy. That's Tim on your podcast. And she wanted to meet you. So she got to meet Tim at the football game on Friday night.
Yeah, she missed the autograph signing. There was like an hour and a half later where I was, people in line. No. Yeah, I don't really want to talk about my head on the podcast except for the fact of like the picture outside our office door where it says my name. You literally took a picture of the back of my head and used that as the photo on the wall.
So to make myself feel better that my mom now cares more about you than me, we do need to share a quick story about Tim and his dad, where Tim's dad loves me. When Tim moved in, right, your dad and I spent about 4 hours in the back of a U-Haul unloading boxes, and all he kept talking about is how much he really enjoyed my company. I think he wanted you to be replaced.
You have mentioned that he likes you better than me. The part of that when I actually asked him about it, it sounded like you guys were really just trying hard not to go in the house and carry anything, and that's why you like had set up shop in the moving truck. That was the way he explained it, not actually like his interest in you and your personality.
Well, we bonded over that together, yes, but he secretly loves me.
Before we move on, you did change the topic away from the one thing I really wanted to talk about, which is the halftime show at said game. As we're getting ready to watch your daughter in the what's it called color guard in the band, you literally said out loud, "Wait, where is she?" And I thought you were joking.
I was not.
And then I realized a second later when you kind of looked down and were speaking to your relatives that you weren't joking. And then I had to tell you the band that was on the field was from the other school and hers was lined up in the end zone waiting to go on. So like the whole different colors and whatever, like that may be my favorite Dave story of all the Dave stories.
Even I was a little embarrassed by that one. But Tim, why don't you tell us a little bit about our guest? It's enough about making fun of me.
Dominique Popa, our junior goalie from the Miami soccer team, is going to be here any second. So let's bring her in.
Perfect.
And welcome back to RedHawk Rewind. Our special guest today, junior goalkeeper Dominique Popa from Odenton, Maryland. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me. No, this is awesome.
Welcome. Should we go Dominic or Dom?
You can call me Dom.
Dom's
That's probably
perfect.
easier.
All right.
Yeah.
So Jake or Tim, go ahead. That's Jay.
Yeah.
You're Tim.
Nice to meet you. This is our 6th episode. What feeling is it to be banging on the walls on the side of the bus and sing the fight song on the way home? Because it looks like a lot of fun.
No, yeah, it's definitely like a massive feeling for us. Definitely like last year we struggled a bit on away trips. So I think just our program, like we really wanted to like show that like Miami's here and we can't just win at home. And it's just a huge feeling to sing the song and like be a team and unite as one in that moment. It means a lot.
I mean, it's one thing to win, but to come away with a pair of 1-0 wins this week,
Yeah.
especially with you being the goalie with a couple shutouts. What's that like?
No, that was massive. It's like it's just an unforgettable feeling to just be a part of like this team and like even the little victories, like it just means a lot, especially after coming off a rough week last week. We definitely feel like we were kind of stripped of our win from Western, and then Buffalo was a rough game for us, so it definitely meant a lot to just have 2 big-time shutouts and to get some goals in the back of the net.
Take me inside like the last 3 or 5 minutes in one of those games. I was at the one on Thursday, but it feels very frenetic. Like,
Yeah.
oh no, here's one more chance,
Yeah.
one more corner,
Yeah.
like even Sunday, it seemed like the ball kind of got knocked away from you in the last like 10 or 15
Yes.
seconds. And like, just how do you play with poise in that, but knowing that the other team is kind of just selling out because it's their last chance?
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's definitely like a super, super stressful moment, and it takes just a lot of like you have to sit and like think for a second, be like, we've done this before, like we know what we're doing. We always talk about like the first 10 and the last 10 of each half are just like crucial moments in a game. You know, that's when a lot of like mistakes can happen or like there's a lot of change. So I think it's just a lot of like trusting each other and just knowing that like we've prepared for these moments and like we're a great back line, we're a great front line as well, and like we know how to like handle these stressful moments. But I don't know, it's definitely hard and it definitely takes a lot of character, and like having our two captains back there as well, it means a lot. So yeah.
When you say when it gets stressful, do you just embrace it, or do you try to like tune some of it out? How does that work?
I think I like to embrace it. I think that that's what makes it fun. I think that like obviously being a defensive player, goalkeeper, it's a pretty like you don't get a lot of recognition in some ways, you know, because it's always like there's big scoring moments or like then you get scored on, you know, so it's definitely like a big. So it's like those like little moments that you can like embrace those like the stress. It's like kind of makes it fun. It like gets your adrenaline pumping, and like it's also a good opportunity to just like step up in those positions and like have a voice that like your team can listen to, because a lot of times like when those things do happen, it's easy to like freak out and like focus on like the ball and not the player, and like just to have a like voice and like speak to each other and like trust each other means a lot in those moments.
I mean, you kind of have a good view of what's happening like down the whole field too. Like one of the things that stood out to me Thursday is just how physical this team is in a good way, like not shying away from a challenge, like going in to win the ball, using the body. Like,
Yeah.
what is that something that's stressed? And obviously it's a little different from your position, but like I said, you kind of have the vantage point to see that, whether it's the defenders or you, I noticed especially in the midfield too.
I mean, we're definitely like a huge competitive team. Like our practices, you know, we are looked at for like big blocks, tackles, saves, like putting your body on the line is kind of what our coach emphasizes, and I think that definitely transfers over to like our grit on the field, and like we just love getting those like big time tackles, and like even like the bench when those things happen, like as soon as someone's making a big tackle, like we're screaming for each other, we're getting up and we're doing it again. Like that's what our team strives off of, and like the energy from those things. So we're definitely I think it definitely shows a little too much sometimes. Sometimes we get a few cards here and there and it gets a little scary, but no, like that's what we love. That's like what our program's about.
I mean, I know it's early, but tied for second in the standings right now in the MAC, and it feels like this team has always just kind of been on that cusp of like kind of breaking through. I know it's still early, but do you feel like this is different?
No, it feels different. I think that's massive for us. We went into the Akron game this past Sunday, and we kind of were like, we're at 6 points, and getting to 9 is just a huge step for this team. We've never had this many points this early on, especially playing such like hard teams, because I mean Akron is a difficult team to play. They're very possessive, so that win definitely meant a lot for us. I think it just shows that, you know, obviously we lost a huge senior class last year. We had a lot of like captains and like key players, but it shows that like this team, there's so much more and we have so much to give, and I don't think we've ever wanted it more. So I think that, you know, having this many points right now and being in second is just massive for us.
You've played almost 4,000 minutes in your career, and like we were talking about, there's times when that's very frenetic, but there's got to be times too where it's almost a little bit boring because the action goes to the other side. How do you, as a goalkeeper, stay engaged if, you know, there's 3 or 4 minutes in a row where the ball's on the other side of midfield?
You're just trying to talk, just trying to communicate, you know, staying high with like the line and just things like that. There's just like small details always that's like even just like telling the center backs just to shift, just trying to like keep engaged, because like obviously it can get like pretty not boring, but there are moments in a game again where I'm just kind of standing there and I'm like, how can I make an impact? Like, how can I help my team right now? Like, what can I give? So it's definitely just like communication and just things like that.
All right, stick with me here for a second. But I feel as a student athlete, even when the one that plays a sport here, it's very mental at times for a goalie. I know this is going to sound negative here, but ball gets past you. How do you shake that off? Because the game's not over.
Yeah. No, I mean that it's definitely it's the most mental position on the field. You know, it's like one mistake or like one small thing can change the whole dynamic of the game. And I think honestly growing up, like even now, it's definitely something I struggle with the most. I'm like a huge perfectionist. I have a lot of like OCD. I'm like, it needs to be this way. Nothing else can happen. But I mean, definitely just like flipping a switch, like it happened, like there's nothing I can do about it, and like how can we either get back into the game or, you know, make a big difference now.
How did you end up at Miami? What got you here?
Honestly, I mean, my recruitment process was super, super quick here. I went on a visit. It was my first visit, and then I went on one more after that, and I just canceled the rest of them, and I loved the environment here. I mean, the girls, I like can't even emphasize it enough. The girls here, it's unmatchable, and our coaches are amazing. It's like we have the best team culture I've ever been a part of in my life. We're a family like on and off the field, and I think that was just massive for me. I was like really looking for that type of environment.
What'd you think of the campus when you first stepped on?
Oh, it's beautiful. It's like the prettiest campus I've ever seen, and like I've seen other schools. I have a lot of siblings. I've played college sports, and like I don't know. I'm always just like, no, it's Miami. Like that's where I want to be.
So give us the rundown on your family and the athletic history,
Yeah.
dad, sibling, like just kind of for listeners, walk through, who they need to know.
So I'm the youngest of 5. My dad, Constantine, he played at Miami, Florida, basketball. He's 7'3", so that's where I get my height from for sure. And then he went and he played overseas. He got drafted, but injuries, things like that. And then I have a brother who played college basketball. I have a sister who played college basketball at Nebraska. I have a sister that was a diver at Missouri State. And I have another sister. She's like working in medical and things like that. So she didn't go on the athletic side, but
Just working in medical.
yeah, she's doing her thing. But yeah, and then there was me and soccer.
So where do you fall as far as the height among the siblings?
So my brother is 6'10", my sister is 6'6", and then I have a 6-foot sister, me who's 5'11", 6 foot, and then another sister who's 5'11". Yeah, no,
okay.
we're tall.
What's it like when you're growing up going on family vacation?
Man, you just see everyone turning their heads. It's incredible. You'd see them like whip out their phones. Like, obviously, my dad's a big guy, and young me, I'd always get so defensive. I'm like, why are they taking a picture? Like they've never seen someone tall before. But yeah, no, it's definitely an unmatched feeling. Even it's just like walking in the grocery store. It's like you always see people like turning their heads and like pointing, and it's like, yep, he's tall. Like thanks, guys.
Yeah, whoop-de-doo. But okay, what kind of car did he drive?
He drives a GMC, like a Denali, so it's a bigger truck. Yeah, we had a big van growing up to fit all of us. It was definitely an experience. I'd always be the one because I'm the smallest of the siblings in the smaller category, which is shocking. But I would be the one that had to sit behind him. So the seat was all the way to the front and back, and I was sitting here, and there was no moving, and it was fun. But yeah.
Is there any debate in the family as far as the whole real Miami thing? Because I know he's in the University of Miami Athletic Hall of Fame.
He has his jersey hanging up in his house, and I'm always like, that's the wrong color, Dad. Like it's RedHawks. Like come on. But no, there's no huge debate. But I always thought it was kind of cool that like they're different Miamis, but like we both went to like a Miami. I don't know. I always thought.
How does growing up with a dad who played basketball was a coach? Siblings, as you said, are athletes. How did that shape you in your pursuit of athletics?
No, like we are a competitive family. Everything was just like there was winning and losing. There was nothing else between. And I think that really shaped how I viewed like my athletics in a way, because I was like, I saw all of my siblings' success, my mom's success, my dad's success, and I was like, I want that. Like I need that. So I think our family just kind of like strived on like pushing each other and like being the best we could be. Like I remember like elementary school, middle school, my dad would just like set out a ladder, and we'd just be like going through the ladder, like doing drills, like running through cones, and like it was just from the beginning. Like that's just like that was the norm.
With your dad being a coach, did you guys move around a lot growing up?
A little bit, yeah. He was a women's basketball coach at the University of Indianapolis. So we were in Indiana, and then my parents split, so then I went to Maryland. So I kind of like stayed there after that.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
We heard a story about you working in an ice cream shop.
Oh,
Is this
gosh.
true?
Yes. So my parents, my mom and my stepdad, they opened a Brewster's ice cream in Somerville, South Carolina. So they're opening a few more. So me and Katie actually, our forward, we this summer lived there, and we scooped ice cream on the side of playing soccer. So that was an experience.
How many flavors, and like did you have to memorize the menu or anything like that?
It's so many flavors, and like they would rotate each week, and then people would be like, so what's in this one? And I was like, I don't really know what's in it. Do you want to try it? It's pretty good. No, that was an experience for sure.
Did you have a favorite?
I did, the Oreo cheesecake. So every time I go home, my parents put it on the menu, and they're like, we have this for you. And I'm like, best gift ever. But
academically at Miami, what are you studying? Any favorite classes that you've had so far? What do you hope to do with a degree, that kind of thing?
Yeah, so I'm a kinesiology major and minoring in nutrition. I really want to work in kind of like, I want to be an RD and work with like kids with like pediatric nutrition and things like that, or even in like just like a setting of like eating disordered settings or things like that. That's kind of what I want to do. I don't know. I think that it's just like super important for athletes to just like be caught up in like the best way to like fuel your body and the best way to like grow and what's good for you and what's not. I think like, I don't know, if you ask my team, like that's like something I like hyperfixate on. So it's kind of what I want to do when I'm older. Right now I'm taking like anatomy, so that's hard, kicking me in the butt, but it's fun. I like it. So yeah.
All right. I want to go back to the sibling stuff.
Oh gosh. Okay.
5 of them. You talk about how competitive it is. Who's the most athletic in the group?
Oh, me. By
No,
far.
Self-proclaimed or actually?
No, I think actually, I think I got them beat. I think if we were to, I don't know. I think I got them beat in a few things.
Any like card games or anything? I mean, like something that you would all do together that like got really competitive?
We would play this like crazy game growing up. It was called like Alligator, and it would be like one person was. It sounds crazy. It was like one person was it, and there would be like hardwood and carpet, and like you had like limitations, and we would all just you'd try to like tag each other. We would all go crazy. I remember my sister when I was younger she was a diver. You know, she was about to go do college athletics as well, and like she like broke her foot playing the game. And my mom was livid. But yeah, no, I think we just take those things a little bit too far with our family. But it's fun.
Did you play any other sports in high school, or were you just a soccer?
High school just soccer, but growing up I also played basketball. Dad really wanted me to follow his footsteps. He really wanted me to, but I don't know, I kind of was just like different. I just wanted to do something my own.
So every one of these podcasts, we've done some kind of game, and I'm going to do a little Miami soccer trivia with you. What's happened is I tried to find something that Dave could participate in every week, and every week he loses.
Oh gosh.
So this week I'm going to leave him out,
Okay.
and he has a very small part to play.
Okay.
But I've got 2 questions for you. We're going to test your brain and your memory a little bit, and all Dave has to do, just like Price is Right, is try and guess how many answers you're going to get right. That's all he has to do. So I'm going to give you 2 questions. 27 possible points.
Okay.
See how, and there may be some stories in this, we'll find out. And then all Dave has to do is within 2 guess how many answers you're going to get right, like 0 or 27 or whatever number in between. And have you written this down yet? Have you thought about it?
I would like to get a little bit of follow-up here. Can we tell her what the questions are? I need to see how confident she feels.
See, that's you're supposed to have sealed your number before I ever unveiled what it was.
Well, no, but first off, I did bring a pen, so
Okay.
I thought I forgot one 10 seconds ago. So
write down the number. You have to be
Gotcha.
within 2.
Don't we cheat?
I know I'm kind of
How many right answers out of 27 Dom's going to get in this little game?
How do you feel about your career? You feel like you know it well?
Decent. Yeah.
Decent?
Yeah, I'm pretty confident, I think.
All right, I'm going one lower. I don't know. I didn't feel it there. Okay.
First question, 2025 Miami Soccer. 10 different players have scored goals already this season. Can you name them? And if you get up to 2 strikes. If you get 2 strikes where you guess people that don't have a goal yet, then that's the end. So however many you can do, I'll mark them off here so I can keep track for Dave.
All right, I'm also going to count on my hands. But, all right, Kayla, perfect.
Yep.
Katie O'Malley.
Okay.
Caroline Mortensen.
Okay.
Caroline Palmer.
That's 4.
Millie Cook.
She's got like 3 goals.
Maris Jennings.
Big one this weekend.
Sophia Penagor.
Yeah.
Ooh. Mariah Hafen.
Mhm.
I already said, I didn't say, okay. All right, 2 more.
I really need you to get
No pressure. I would give you hints, but then that would be like
I know, I'm like,
screwing up his numbers.
Who am I missing? That's actually crazy. 10 people though. That's great.
It
is.
That's
Wow.
amazing.
I think-
No, that's incredible.
I think I counted 15 goals by 10 different scores, which is
that's huge. Oh gosh, I don't know. I might be stuck on this one.
okay. So we're calling that 8. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, who did we miss?
Ava Boyd,
Oh,
and
yeah.
Rachel Noonan against
Yes.
against Western.
Yeah, that is.
Okay. 8 out of 10.
How many questions we got here?
So this is
17 more?
points left.
Okay.
You have 17 shutouts in your career through 2.5 years, which is pretty impressive. It's like 4th in program history. You just got to name them. So give me the year and the opponent of any of your shutouts.
Oh my gosh! Like out of all three,
17. Let's go.
wow. Okay, well we'll just start with Akron. Give you the year and the name, or just
Yeah, well, because maybe you shut out Akron more than once. Hint, hint.
Okay, I think Akron was 3 times. I think every time we played them, there's been a shutout.
Very good.
That's a humble brag right there.
yeah,
Let
I'm
everyone
like,
know.
You needed that though. You
I
needed
do.
to get through.
Start off strong. And then who did we? Eastern
Yeah.
twice.
Oh, what other year do you remember?
My freshman year, so
2023. Very good. Well, that was the regular season finale.
Yes. Now I'm blanking. You guys have me blanking.
You
on
still
this
got
one.
3 more this year.
Yeah, who? Forgetting this year's shutouts is kind of bad.
Season gets long.
I know.
Wait, it's still September.
I know. It's crazy though. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm blanking on these. These are
Dave, I'm going to guess your number is high, but I don't know. So maybe you got to go back then. So go back to freshman year, early experiences, or, you've listed off 2 of your 6 in freshman year, and there's still 5 left in sophomore year too. So
Okay, let's go through the conference really quick. NIU. I had a shutout. I think it was just this year against NIU, right?
the MAC opener.
Yes. Not West Buffalo. I'm gonna get was it Toledo my freshman year, or was it Kent my freshman year?
Kent freshman year. Well, that was almost a strike, but
Yeah.
we're gonna count it.
The yellow.
First MAC win, October 1, 2023.
Let's see.
I'll throw in one that was kind of one of my favorites.
South Carolina
There you go.
at home. Yeah, last year.
Nationally ranked.
Yeah, that one just crossed my
0-0,
mind when
number
you said
21
that.
team.
Yeah, that was a huge game for us.
Okay.
What am I at? How many am I at?
8. You're like you're not even halfway. That's how many shutouts you have. You're not even
I know, I'm
halfway
like, how
there
many
yet.
am I at, guys? Come on now. All right. I might have to call it on this one. This is kind of hard. This is kind of I hope you didn't have too much faith in me.
So let's see. 8. I'll read them off. The first year, UIC
Oh, yeah.
and Southern Indiana. So
Mhm.
a couple non-conference ones, and that was 2 in a row, like in the same week. And then you mentioned Kent. 8 saves against Ohio.
Oh,
You
yeah. I
can't
do
forget
remember
those
that game.
Battle of
That
the
was
Bricks. Because we had 3 straight shutouts to end
oh, yeah. And it was
first year.
Ohio last year, too.
Last year. That was
That
the
counts.
huge one to
Yeah,
clinch
that
the
was a
MAC
massive
tournament.
one.
At Southern Indiana, at Chicago State, at Kent State all last
Mm,
year.
Yeah.
And then a couple in August this year, Chicago State and
Yep.
Tennessee Tech, way
Yes,
back last
way
month.
back. Yes.
I count 8 plus 8 is 16, and now we have to dig into Dave's
I'll let you
envelope,
open that.
see if he trusts your memory or not.
Oh, gosh. Wait, is it in? Oh, yeah.
I hope so. I think I remember to put it
Oh,
in.
yeah. It's just right there. Sorry, guys. Yeah, he said 23.
I think I was trying to find a game that you would have a chance to win.
Once
Yeah.
again, failed miserably.
I'm not too great at trivia. We actually play trivia as a team, probably like maybe 3 or 4 times a year, and I'm probably the worst person out.
Well, we were talking about that last week too with Ava saying like, do you remember those different,
Yeah.
however many top 3 in the MAC? So I mean, in our SID life, like this is what it is. It's
Mhm.
random stats, random numbers, and you have to
Yeah.
go back and find all this stuff. But almost 4,000 minutes is pretty crazy to me.
So I think you have one last question.
I mean, you always got to end serious. So,
Okay.
what advice, Dom, would you give somebody like a young kid or somebody who wants to be where you are someday or wants to play college,
Mhm.
whether soccer or athletics in general, and somebody that might look up to you?
Yeah, that's a good question. That's a hard one. I think honestly the biggest piece of advice that I would give someone is you're only as good as your last performance. I think that especially being such like a mental position, that like consistency is something that you really need to strive for, and you always want to get better. And I think just like working hard every day and like proving yourself, like when you're not doing something, someone else is. And I think that always kind of like resonated with me, and like I've just always like wanted to be the best that I can be. And like I think growing up that if you just like strive to just like I don't know, just be the best you can be, and mistakes and like you're always going to have slumps and things like that, but like just trying your best to just be the most consistent, and growth every day is just huge.
Perfect.
Yeah.
We really appreciate you joining us. Hope you had some fun.
Yeah, that was fun. Thanks
Awesome.
for having me.
And a little shout out, if you are enjoying the podcast, take a moment, review, do all those things. I think we have more episodes than we have reviews on Apple Podcasts. So we need to get that number up a little bit. And we'll be back next week with another episode of RedHawk Rewind.
Thank you.